Okay, some tips by role. If you're an executive, I feel a little bit pushy here, but I will state my view. I think that you will benefit much better by establishing causal clarity and doing it visually. It doesn't have to look exactly like what I did, but if you have a placard on your desk, like they talk about this in competing on analytics, guy has a placard, I think it's on Haraz, right? It says, I trust in God, or in God I trust, but all other people, please bring data. So that's fine. It's fine. That's a good placard. I love it. But if that's the only placard he has, I feel that there may be a disconnect between that kind of very high level admonition and how to actually please this guy. Maybe at Haraz it's not that way because they really have their analytic shop together. But I recommend that next to that placard you have a picture of your business model and say, I'll bring data about how I can make more money, and this is my business model. This is the causal model. Bring data about how I can raise revenue, improve margins, cut costs, spin off new products based on information. Bring data about this, and I'll trust you. So that's my number one recommendation, is use this causal clarity context. Encourage your teams to use this context to decide what to do when they plan analysis. Expect recommendations to be justified by their impact on key drivers. Otherwise, the executive can, and I've seen this happen, and I feel bad for everyone. When you walk into a room and you've got the executives and you've got the quant, and the executives don't understand the quant, and they don't understand how am I going to make money. This concept of actionable analysis, as though it's a scarce concept, we need to close that gap. Actionable analysis should be just what we do. So that's a transition to my advice to business professionals. Identify the points of opportunity. Obviously, I've beaten that dead horse. And for technologists, I want to dedicate however many few minutes I have left to the technology. Only 3. No, that's more than I expected to have for this one little text box. But I think, with no disrespect, in fact, a lot of respect for business people, my greatest sympathy or empathy is with information workers, technology. No disrespect. I think it's just the fact that this is the group of us that are working in ways that are the toughest to do well. I think the mind did not evolve for this, and yet we built machines and capabilities that give us this opportunity. So I've seen this again and again. It's just not fair to technologists. It's just not fair to data people to be asked to build something without understanding the business context. And to me, the most important business context is the causal model, is the key drivers of results, and which key drivers you're being asked to help build a machine, or build a data set, or build an analysis to influence. So I can't resist being pretty blunt. You have to insist. You have to demand it. And I guess this is advice to business people as well. You have to give it. We're not going to cross the border between a business goal and a technology enabler unless there's an absolute understanding of how essential it is that the technical worker and the business worker understand, have the same vision of why the heck they're doing this. So I just encourage you, push back, ask questions, insist, and maybe come up with easier ways to find out, like using pictures.